get you to a place where, look at that. So you see how easy this is. You see how cool it is, man. I'm telling you, CapCut is the best thing going. Wow, CapCut PC. Who would have thought video editing could be this easy? So today we're going to learn to navigate the interface, check out some of the basic settings, and get an overview of the software. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to need to do is going to be to open CapCut, obviously. So double click on the icon. It'll bring you to this first window, this first box. Now you'll just click on Create Project. Now, just to give you a brief overview, I want to show you how to navigate the interface and go over some of the basic settings that are contained in here, because to begin with, you need to familiarize yourself with what each thing does. You need to know what these things are and where they are, and it's not very complicated at all. I mean, this is what we call the media window. That'll have to do with your media. I call it the asset window because whatever assets you have you're using will be in there. It'll allow you to select things. I'll show you that later as well. It's also where you would import your own clips in the import window. We'll get to this toolbar in just a second. So this is the media window. This is the preview window. Whatever you have in your timeline, this is the timeline. Whatever you have in your timeline will show up in the preview window. And this is going to be called the properties window. It allows you to change properties on, again, whatever asset or clip that you have selected at that time. So to begin with, I want to go ahead and import something so that I can show you these toolbars and what they do. So let's go ahead and import. I'm going to go ahead and pull in my video on thumbnail creation, which is something else you should definitely go look at. So once we pull this in, you'll see it takes a second. What it's doing is loading. You see how all this stuff came up. Now, our top toolbar right here. This toolbar contains so many things. You got to understand that each toolbar has other things you can select within it, right? So if I'm in import, I can import, as you just saw, files from my computer. But I can also go down to spaces, and this is things that I've already had, that I already have done, right? These are others of my projects. I can import those aspects of those other projects into this project. I can go to stock media. Now this is very, very, very valuable. This stock media is very valuable because they give you just pages and pages of it. If you click on it again, you'll see the genres. These are the different things that they have. Green screen. This is all stuff we'll go over in other tutorials. Backgrounds, you know, just really cool stuff like that. And brand assets. If you have brand assets, you can put them in there. But let's just go back to device. So here you would be importing from your device, right? So now I'm selected this clip. This clip is now in my preview window, remember? So we now see it in there. See, here's a shocker. No one can watch your video if they don't first choose to click on your thumbnail. So today so you see, that's the clip that I have in, right? So what I want to do, I want to go over here to audio. And in audio, this is going to give me all kinds of royalty-free music. So there's all kinds of royalty-free music. You see favorites, vlog, summer, trending. I use the trending a lot because these are trending sounds that a lot of people are using. I mean, you just see how long it goes. I mean, we're still in trending. It just goes and goes. So each one has a whole lot of stuff you can do with it. These are all free sounds. They're royalty-free. You can use them in your videos. So text is going to have quite a few things that you can do with it. So I can pull in text, right? I can just drop that text. That's default text. I can put in there what I want. Hey, check out my video, right? I can have that in there, or I can just delete it. Now I can go to AI packaging, and I can grab one of these. I can start that, and it will start reading it. And what it'll do is it'll create different text styles for me automatically. I can go to AI generated. I can just give it just a basic description of what I want. It'll give it to me. Effects. This changes the way your text looks. So if I want to pull in this art text right here, here's a shocker. See, I pull that in. Now my text has that look about it. You see it there? Just like the one that's there. If I pull this one in, no one can watch your video. No one can watch. See, And it does this. Watch your video. It does that on its own. So I mean, for the most part, in most editing softwares, you have to do all this work yourself. You don't have to do any of this work in CapCut, none of it. So let's go to text template. Let's go ahead and remove that. I want to delete that out of my timeline. Now, this right here is going to give you all kinds of cool stuff. So if I just hit that subscribe one right there, just for instance, no one can watch a video comes up if they don't first, and it does it itself. So I can just pull that down in here, and whenever I get to it, it will kick in. But it does not have to say subscribe. It can say whatever it wants. I can say join and now, right? So check it out. Here's a shocker. No one can see how that pops in. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Next is stickers, okay? Oh, hold on. Let me go back to text. Auto-generate. This is the best one ever. See, if I just hit that auto-generate, what it'll do is, and it takes a little while to do it, especially with something that's got a little link to it, but you see we're already at 65%. But now what it's doing is it's actually generating the words that I use inside of my video. So you see it here, right? Here's the soccer. Watch your video if they don't first choose to click on your thumbnail. But now watch this. If I go over here to animation in the properties window, remember this is the properties window, I can go over and I can change it to whatever I want. I'll go to captions. Always go to captions, man. It's just the best thing in the world. And these are the ones you see everyone using your video. See? I can move it around wherever I want to, you know. So this stuff is all done for you, right? So look at that. Without further ado, let's get into it. You see? So it's already there. Now you can, of course, resize them, do what you need to do with them. I can bring it here. I can make it super large. I can go to text, and I can just go and change it to concise, which is what I like to use. I like to use concise. And once it brings up concise, I can just click on that. Now it'll change it to all caps, of course, and then I can come down and I can hit the stroke. And what it does is it makes a stroke around it. You see that? Now it stands out, man. It stands out big time. Watch your video if they don't first choose to click on your thumbnail. Now, that is so valuable in creating your videos. It really, really is, because you see everyone using those captions. The vast majority are getting those captions that they're using in their videos, all the videos you see right here from CapCut. So as we're going over this, you know, these are little simple things here. It's very important to note that you have so much power at the tips of your fingertips with CapCut, and it's really easy to use, as you see. Now I go to stickers. Let's say I want to point something out in there. I just grab a sticker, right? I'll just put the sticker right there. Let's go up and do it to where that, right at the time when that starts to come in, I can take this. I want to put it right here, like that, and I'm going to move it to there. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back, and it's going to point at my tweet box. No one can watch your video. Now I just put that in there just now while you were watching. So let's delete it. So moving on, and there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stickers. You can AI generate stickers. Tell it what you want. It'll generate them for you. Stickers just go and go and go. As you can see here, there's plenty more to do there, right? Effects. Now I can take these effects. Let's go ahead and go to video effects. Let's go to trending. And let me just grab this flash effect, right? And I'm going to put it over my clip. No one can watch your video. Check that out. They don't first choose to click on you. But now let's delete it from there. And let me show you another cool thing. I'm going to take the same one and I'm going to put it on my clip. Now you see how it covers the whole clip? Here's a shocker. No one can watch your video if they don't first. You see? So, I mean, it's so easy. It's at the touch of a button. There's just nothing to it. Transitions. Now, if I want to transition this, let me pull it to a place. I don't know. Let's just go to right here. I'm just going to click on that, and I'm going to clip it. And I'm going to bring down this one that I don't even know what it is. I'm just messing around. You'll see. Choosing to see. And it puts the transition in for you itself. So it's really amazing. It really, truly is. Captions, it lets you deal with captions. Filters. Filters kind of, well, you know what a filter is, right? I mean, you use filters on your phone. So if I want that to be more vivid, see how much work you see there. Now I'll just bring it down and I'll make my whole clip vivid just by sticking it on there. See, look at it. Here's a shocker. No one can watch your video. Look how that looks. If they don't first choose to click amazing on your thumbnail. So today I'm going to give you. Now, of course, I just click right here. Oops. I need to remove that filter. But anyway, you see where I'm getting at right here with all this stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off. Now the filters are turned off. And we're back to where we at. Now, I want to talk about a little bit about the properties window. So what we'll do is we'll go down here. Let's just get into here about right there. Now, I can change the scale, the size, right? I can put in keyframes. Keyframes is something that we're going to look at a lot more later. Not something we're going to go into right now simply because that's a lot more advanced, and I just want you to familiarize yourself with what these things do, right? So here's another thing that we can do. Of course, we can go and stabilize it. We can enhance the image. We can reduce the image noise. I use this a lot because most of your videos are going to have a little image noise and a little noise in the video itself. And you see it going right here. Look how fast it moves. It's reducing the noise in the entire video clip right now at a very breakneck speed, as a matter of fact, and it actually makes it look a whole lot better. I mean, it's just what it does. How much work? So now I'm going to go ahead and, of course, and remove that because I don't need it. And there's just so much you can do. Super resolution, remove flickers. But this box over here, again, is the properties box because it allows you to do exactly that. Now I can auto remove. What it's going to do right now is it's going to take me out, right? There it is. See that? Put into your video. Now, of course, you can go back and work on the settings and make it look a little bit better. But as you can clearly see, the background has been cut out automatically. Of course, I can do custom, right? I can just click on that. Say I just want me, right? Oh, there we go. I can grab myself. There we go. And I can apply it. And there I am. And I mean, it gets a whole lot better. I'm just showing you an overview, man. Masking something else we'll do later. And I don't want to mask this. Hold on a second. I'm going to take that mask off. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to import. Let me just go down here to stock media. Oh, let's just go to trending. Or actually, let's go to green screen, right? We'll take this money. And we'll put this money in there. And I'll show y'all, man. This is like really cool. And you see, I'm just doing all this just really quickly just to show you guys because I want y'all to see how easy and how quick it is and how well it works. Now, you notice that covered everything, right? So here's a shocker. You'll hear me talking in the background, but watch this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select this clip. I'm going to go back to remove background. This time I'll select chroma key. I'm on my color picker. I'll remove the green. See the green selection right there? Now watch. Here's a shocker. No one can watch your video if they don't first choose to click on your thumb, right? I mean, you got to know, man, that is absolutely amazing. If you were using DaVinci Resolve, if you were using Premiere Pro, if you were using any of those other editors, this would be very, very hard to do, right? This would be so much more complicated, but we don't want it to be complicated. We want it to be easy. And that's what you're going to love about CapCut is that it is so easy, and there's just really nothing to it. I mean, it's so easy to do that anyone can do it. Select that again. Okay. So animations. So I want to bring in an animation. Let's just go ahead and let's use a pulse. Here's a shocker. So now whenever my video starts, here's a shocker. It'll pulse in. No one can watch your video. If I clip it right here and I add, let's say video, this one, if they don't watch this, it'll come right up. No one can watch your video if they don't. So whenever you look at how easy it is to do all this stuff with CapCut, it's absolutely amazing. Adjustments. Okay, let me show you about adjustments. Let's bring this back. So let's bring it actually back to where I'm going to go ahead and remove the animation real quick because I don't want it to do that anymore. So we see here how that looks. Let's just go to adjustment. I'm just going to hit auto adjust. And it will automatically brighten. Here's a shocker. Brighten the clip. No one can watch your video. Of course, you don't have to go with its automatic adjust. We can use anything we want. We can go down here and use this the manuals, and it'll allow you to change them by hand right now. While you're here, you can change exposure, you can do all kinds of cool stuff, and that stuff you'll deal with later on. As you go through, don't first choose to click on your thumb as you go through and learn how to use it. But just to cover basically what you're looking at. So remember, here is your media window. Do you see why I call it the asset window? Because whatever I'm clicking on, that's what's going to come up in my preview window. So once that downloads, it'll be there. Now, I can actually literally pull him down into here. Remember how I showed you? I can go here. Let's go back to video, remove background. Let's go chroma key. I'm on my color selector, and I'll bring it out. Now he's in there with me. I'm going to give you 5 basic principles that will elevate your click-through rate. So now that I've shown you that, I want to go ahead and move down to this bottom toolbar. So this bottom toolbar does a whole lot of other stuff. You notice how small this is right here, how small my clip is on my timeline. Well, sometimes you're going to want to zoom into that. So you're going to want to click right here. It looks like a little ruler with a magnifying glass on it. Click on that. You see how it pulls it out? Now you can also adjust it here to make it even larger. I just want to zoom in on it to where I can see it perfectly right there. So you saw earlier when I used this cuts it, right? So that just cuts it right there. And you see now it's 2. Let's go back. But let me show you something else. See how this one right here, I want you to notice something about this one. Notice how it's solid on this side, but not on that side. The right side is solid, the left side isn't. Well, if I click that, it will automatically delete what's to the left of it. Let's turn off the track magnet real quick, and I'll show you that in a second, but watch this. Now, it clips that, but leaves the rest. Now, if I do it the other way, the other one, delete right. See that? Deletes right. So this one deletes left, this one deletes right, this one clips right where it's at. See? I'm going to turn my track magnet back on. All right, so the next thing is going to be a delete. You know what delete does, obviously. Moving on down. Let's go ahead and put this back together where it's supposed to be. All right, now, this right here is a marker. The markers are extremely important because you're going to need them later. That's not something we're really going to go into right now. But let's just say I was editing and I needed to know exactly where this broke. So today, okay, so if I want to know exactly where that breaks at without having to see it, because sometimes it's going to be a whole lot bigger, right? Sometimes it's going to be much larger. I just click that on there. You see how it puts the little marker right there? That marker's there to show me what's going on with it. So I can just right click on it and delete the marker. No problem. The next thing is the freeze button. Now, freeze is pretty awesome because whenever I hit freeze, see what it does? It creates a freeze frame in the middle. That's amazing. You'll be amazed at that right there because that can do so much for you. That allows you to lock into place and then have movement, right? It's really cool. You'll see what I mean later on. Whenever you really start using the software, it'll blow your mind. Seriously, it will. So next is reverse. So what this will do is actually reverse the clip. And it's got to go through it, but it'll actually be starting from the end and going to the beginning. See there? Watch this. It was needed. So I know it seems crazy now, but trust me, you'll need it at some point. All right, I use it actually all the time. Like I use it quite a bit. Anyhow, so the next thing is going to be, well, let's go ahead and put that back as one whole piece again. Okay, there we go. We can delete our marker again because I went back one too many times. The next thing is going to be the mirror. So now I can change my sides. You see that? So actually, I'm just going backwards. So if you recorded it kind of backwards, and then you see how this says the felon to forgiven is backwards on the thing, I can click that and makes it straight. Okay, so if you did that on accident, you can easily switch it or just for whatever reason that you'd like. Now the rotate button, that will rotate it every time you click it. Then, of course, is resize. Resize is the same as crop. So just bring that in, bring this up, Bring this down, and that's all I want. I'll confirm. Now all I've got is that. You see? Let's go ahead and bring that back, though. We don't want to do that right now, obviously. And transcript. So this will actually analyze the entire video, bring up the transcript, and then you can delete words. That's something that we'll get to later, though. I'm not going to allow this to finish analyzing because it takes friggin' forever. So we're not going to deal with that right now. That's something that you do, man. You know, you go use the bathroom and make you a sandwich. You come back, it'll be transcribed. But it allows you to literally edit the video, taking out whatever you don't want in the video, by taking out the words. You delete the words are gone, and it just plays right on continuously. It's like it was never even there. It's pretty amazing. So moving on ahead, that was transcribed. Next, what we have is, of course, this is to record a voiceover. I can start my recording now. All I have to do is click on that button right there, and it will start my recording. Now, of course, I can select which microphone I want to use. It was trying to use my webcam. Of course, we would not want to do that. You never want to use your webcam, man, not ever. Then you have the track magnet. Now, let me show you very simply what the track magnet does. So with the track magnet on, I clip this. I move this out the way. Watch. Boom. See how it goes back? Boom. Boom. Okay, now if I turn off the track magnet, watch. You see? I can move it wherever I want it now. Which I could always, even with the track magnet on, I can lock it in. I can still move this up. I can move it to the next track, and I'll show you about that in a later tutorial. Whenever we start learning how to stack stuff and all that good stuff, that's something you'll need to know. Right now, not so much, right? So this right here turns on linkage, which means that you can link it to other areas. I'm not really sure about that very much. Again, this is our preview panel axis. Again, this is zoom to fit timeline. I showed you that already. And then this right here allows you to bring it up. Believe it or not, you're going to need this a lot. You're going to need this a whole lot, because that's how you really do the intricate details. And then you always just click right back on the zoom into timeline. Bang. It fits it immediately. It's awesome. So as we've gone over these things right here, I know it seems like it's a lot. It is really not that much. You know, each thing has so much in it. There's so much that you can do. Again, it's absolutely amazing. It really, truly is. And I promised you earlier that I would show you a mask, so let me do that. I will go ahead and I will import. Let's just say I'll import this right here, right? Let me just bring it in here like this. Now, you see how that covers the whole thing? Well, I don't want it to cover the whole thing, so I'm going to go select mask. I'm going to mirror it. And what I'll do is, let's get it to a spot where it looks okay. Right now, I can bring this and I can actually fade it in like this. So what we'll do is we'll bring that in like this, right? And get you to a place. And now you see how I'm on top there. You're going to use this a lot, believe it or not. I know this is a poor example of it. But what I would actually do with that is I would go to animation. I would do something like maybe a fade in. Animation, there's fly in, there's fade in, right? Get you to, and it would fade in for me, see? And get you to a place. Now, that would just fade in on top. And you do that with like little quick advertisements or something that you just want to throw over it, or if you just want to highlight something, that's what you would use that for. Let's go ahead and just show you a couple more of these animations, right? So check this one out. Get you to a place where now I've got both the mask on and the animation. And get you to a place where, look at that. So you see how easy this is. You see how cool it is, man. I'm telling you, CapCut is the best thing going. It is literally the best thing going. So hopefully now you understand a lot of what this is, a lot of what you can do with it. You see a lot of the functionality that it has, how easy it is to work with, and it is simply the best software on the market right now, especially for the price. I mean, even if you pay for Pro, I pay for Pro, and I was paying $7.99. I think now it may be $9, but either way, man, I mean, you're never gonna beat that price for this software. This software does so much, and you'll see that in later tutorials. So hopefully you got a lot out of this tutorial. You see the value that I'm bringing you with this tutorial, and hopefully you will join me for the next one where we're going to go a little bit more deep. So hey man, I love you guys. I hope you got something out of this, and until I see you next time, man, you guys stay prayed up.